Hey guys, welcome to That Florida Feeling. I hope everybody's had a great week. It's still hot and it's still summer and there's still hurricanes and yeah, we're doing this. Thank you for everybody who has interacted with the social media pages. You guys are awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support you continue to give to the podcast. I really appreciate it. I'm always going to say thank you, and I really do mean it. I didn't think this podcast would still be around 3-something years later. So thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed the past few episodes. I love getting suggestions from you guys. I got some great suggestions lately, and I'm going to get on those. I've got a lot lined up, and I really appreciate you guys telling me what you want to hear. It really does mean a lot because I want to make sure that you guys want to hear this podcast. So thank you for those suggestions. Also, thank you for interacting with the Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it, YouTube and everything else, guys. It means a lot. Also, thank you so much for just reaching out and saying hi sometimes. I want you guys to know that I am here for you if you ever want to say hi, and I appreciate just sometimes reaching out and saying hi to me or sending those funny videos on Instagram. I know that a couple of us share Instagram videos, and those really make my day. So thank you, guys. To those of you who do that, you know who you are, and I really appreciate it, even if I don't get to say it some days. Shout out to all of my Unfiltered Studios fellow podcasters. You guys are awesome. And if you haven't checked out Unfiltered Studios, definitely give it a try. There are some amazing podcasters over there. They have some amazing podcasts. There's really something for everybody. And you've actually gotten to hear a couple of them, or you're going to hear a couple of them. There's just something for everybody. Movie reviews, motivational, hypnosis. That one's really cool. Mama D has some great motivational stuff. So does Victoria on 12th Street Talkback. Cindy with the hypnosis one. Sleevy G talking about anything and everything. Keb with the Stupid History Minute. St. Joe with the Show Me Your Trips. I love it. You know, all the people in Unfiltered are just amazing podcasters. And so if you're looking for something new, definitely go check that one out. Today I have an amazing guest on. Pepper Sharpe works with Pinups and Pumps Florida, and we're going to talk to them today. We're going to get some really cool insight. They have a really cool business, Sharpe Florals, so you're going to check that out. And we're going to hear from Pepper. We're going to chat for a little bit, and I'm really excited for this chat. So here we go. Hey guys, so today I am here with Pepper Sharpe. I've been following Pepper on Instagram for quite a while, and I am happy to have them on the podcast today. So Pepper, say hi.
Hi, how you doing?
And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, we'll just start with my tagline. I'm a family law paralegal by day and a pocket-sized pinup by night. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I've called Florida my home for 3 years, and I also hold the title of That Damn Florida Man 2024, so I'm really proud of that.
You looked really good in that. I did see you in the thing. That was in the Florida Man games here in St. Augustine, right?
Yep,
I did see that. I didn't get to go to the games, but I did get to follow them because, you know, work happens. But I did see you win. The photos looked amazing, as always.
It was fun.
I know, and they're doing it. I know they're going to do it again next year. So maybe I'll get to see them next year if they do it again in St. Augustine.
I know we are doing That Damn Florida Ma'am. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing it with the Florida Man games, but I know we're doing it, so I'll be passing on my pretty little straw hat for the next amazing woman.
Maybe I'll get to see it next year. But what got you into because I know you do a lot of work with the Pinups and Pumps Florida. So what got you into that?
Well, we'll start a little bit with what got me into pinup in the first place. Okay. I was raised by a pack of absolutely wild vintage women.
Okay.
Like, it always starts with my grandmother. My grandmother was one of those powerhouse women who was a real trailblazer. Not only did that woman have art skills that gave her the ability to actually turn down a job as a Disney animator because she was taking care of her family.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, this woman ran her restaurant in the Midwest, co-partners with my grandfather. She ran the front of the house and did the books because she was a math genius. Sadly, that skipped a generation. But that's why I have software that does that for me. And she was just amazing. Till she was 90, she was doing her victory rolls and her Revlon lilac champagne.
Oh, wow.
And her house was like a museum. She had the record cabinet. She had all her Norman Rockwell stuff. Like, everything was just frozen in time. And I grew up thinking that was so cool. And then I found her pinup pictures, like the woman modeled to be painted on the side of a B-29 bomber.
Oh, wow.
During World War II. And my grandfather was a soldier in World War II. He was part of the company that helped liberate Auschwitz.
Oh.
So, you know, we don't have small behind the scenes people.
No.
So I started doing pinup kind of as a result of that. I finally just embraced it, love the aesthetic. It's an aesthetic that really does address, you know, female sizes that actually have hips and something up on top, so the clothing's always the most comfortable.
Yeah.
But with pinups and pumps, I'd always known who Miss Raisin Hell, who is the absolute most amazing woman who founded the Pinups and Pumps group back in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out she was opening up a Florida chapter, you know, she reached out to me and I said, yeah, let's do this. And my best friend, like, in the whole wide world, pinup model Melina Michelle, she's our vice president now, pulled her in, and we just got to work. I mean, I've known Melina since I wrote a play for Orlando Fringe, and she happened to be in it.
Oh, cool.
So we were kind of like, just, you know, let's keep doing stuff, you know. I had told her at one point when she said, I'm thinking about getting into pinup, I said, just do it. That's really my philosophy. You want to get into it, just do it. So with Pinups and Pumps, I am so proud to be a part of this group because everything we do is surrounded with giving back to our community, giving back to charities, you know, giving to people who don't have, giving to people who need help, and really spotlighting what each of those charities stand for. For example, in the month of May, that was my charity month, and I chose to raise money for the family and legacy of Flamingo Florence, who is, and will always be, even, you know, in death, one of the most amazing women in the pinup community. She did so much for disabled pinups, created a meetup called Rockabilities at Viva Las Vegas, and she was one of my best friends. So Pinups and Pumps got behind me, raised $575 of the $2,375 that I raised for it, and just gave so much support. We've contributed to fundraisers such as 50 Legs to provide really good prosthetics for those in need. We've contributed to Metro Inclusive Health down in Tampa. And this month, I absolutely love this charity. This was Melina's month, and she wanted to save some duckies. And who wouldn't? Because duckies are wonderful. They're adorable. They're hilarious.
They really are.
And so we are giving to the Muscovy Sanctuary of Florida. Mm-hmm. And they go above and beyond to make sure that Muscovy ducks in Florida have a safe place to be. A lot of people think of Muscovies as an invasive species, and technically, yes, they are, but here's the thing. They eat other invasive species. So they actually do a lot more for the ecology out here than just are kind of sitting here going, yeah, we don't belong here, but do you want to be friends with us? They're like, yeah, technically we don't belong here, but look what we do for you. And also, we're really cute and we're really gentle. They're one of the most gentle breeds of duck.
They actually are, yeah. And they're so cute.
Oh, they're absolutely wonderful. And Gail over at the Muscovy Sanctuary goes above and beyond to try to reach out, rescue when people call in. She goes out, she gets transportation, she brings them to her sanctuary. Right now she is working to secure a bigger sanctuary area to be able to take in more ducks, because it's not uncommon for a lot of people to just go actually try to kill the ducks when they spot them.
Oh, yeah,
so we don't want that to happen, because we love duckies. They're adorable, and they've done nothing to deserve that treatment. So this month we're hosting an online pinup contest, and if you go to Pinups and Pumps Florida's Facebook or Instagram, you'll see the ads for it. Mm-hmm. We have an online pageant. You sign up. You pay a $10 entry fee. 100% of that $10 entry fee goes to Gail and the Muscovy Sanctuary. And put in a picture and answer the question, if you were a bird, what kind of bird would you be and why? You know, had about 8 or 9 signups at this point. We'd like to try to get more because, again, all that money is going to them. We also have a shirt made for them that our amazing, amazing Pinups and Pumps sister, Miss Pink Tink, who owns Pixie Stick Vinyls. She designed a shirt for us, and it's got a picture of Melina Michelle's wonderful pet duck, Bonkers, who recently passed. But he was an 18-year-old Muscovy duck.
Aww.
That was like super duck. And it says, give a duck about Muscovies.
Aww.
So we've got that offering. And then I, through my hair flower business, Sharpe Florals, have created what I call the Quackin'.
I did see that. It looks so good.
Yeah, it's 2 yellow roses, blue roses, and 2 itty-bitty, tiny, really well-made resin ducks that are giving each other a little bit of care. You know, little love ducks on there. Mm-hmm. So those are also available, and we're also selling package deals for if you want the shirt and the flower, if you want to enter the shirt and the flower, you know, we've got all of that up on our page.
No, I think that's great. I did share it to my Instagram story because I love that you guys pick a charity, and I love that you guys support outside of yourselves, and I love also that you guys are very positive, body positive, women positive, just positive in general. I love that.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Pinup at the heart of it is celebrating women.
Yeah.
It's celebrating women of all kinds because women don't come in just one shape, one personality. And Pinup, when you do it right, Pinup, it's so inclusive. There is room for everybody. It really is. Pinup is for everybody. It's for every ability. I mean, that's why things like rockability are important because, you know, there's room for disabled pinups. Yes. There's room for pinups of every size. There's room for queer pinups. There's room for everyone in our community. And we really strive to be a place where if you're just showing up at a pageant, the first pageant you've ever done, if one of us spots you, guess what? You've got 10 new friends and we will introduce you to everyone. There is always room at our table. And
I think that's great. I love when you find inclusive communities. And that's what I love about the positivity behind it is, and I know that a lot of times when you think of girl groups, it's like the mean girls groups. You think that, you know, they're going to be catty. No, and I love that is absolutely not what this is. It is all about being positive and rooting on one another, and I think we need more of that in this world, especially right now.
Oh, absolutely, and we really strive to absolutely be kind of a shining little beacon in the room that if you need anything, you come talk to us. You know, you have questions, come ask us. Because really, that's the idea of community. If you're not with each other and you're not actively giving back to your community, it's not a community. You know, because it's not a fight. You know, yeah, we do a lot of pinup contests, but my big takeaway from all the contests that I do, and I currently hold 7 titles, is that I make so many friends. I reach out and I will find people that I never knew I had certain things in common with. Like every single member of Pinups and Pumps Florida, I have a special bond with because through this group, I've learned that, oh my God, you're into that too. Or, oh my God, you feel that way this time too. Or, oh, you're also a disabled pinup. Or, you know, different things like that. And it's amazing to be able to be a part of that and to be able to be a part of a group that is actively trying to change and make the world better, even on just a small scale, because it matters right now.
Right, and to make a difference in somebody, even if it's just one person, is definitely a great thing. Now, if somebody wants to get into the Pinups and Pumps Florida, how would they go about that?
Well, first off, they can reach out to any Pinups and Pumps Florida member, and we will absolutely point them in the right direction. If you go to the Pinups and Pumps Florida Instagram or Facebook and just drop us a line saying, hey, you guys are really cool, you know, I'm interested in being a part of it. You'll either be talking to Ashley or Melina. Ashley Jalipena is our president. She's amazing. And Melina, of course, our vice president. She's amazing. They will happily, you know, have a little chat like, well, you know, tell me a little bit about yourself. We have an interest form that you can fill out. And then, of course, we review that. And everyone is welcome to inquire. You
Very
know,
cool.
the main thing that we ask is that, you know, are you ready to help give back to your community? You know, do you want to be an active part of these events that we put on, different events that we go to represent? And, you know, do you have a good attitude?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that, look, we can't all be our best 24 hours a day, but when we come together, you know, the positivity matters, because that's the first thing people see, is they'll see us walk into a room and we're like incredibly close, tight friends. And that's the kind of thing we want to be able to bring people into. Like, we just got a new member, the amazing Bippity Boppity Betty,
Oh.
who is she actually won. We recently put on a pageant called Miss Sizzlin' Summer, and all of the entry fees went to Metro Inclusive Health last month.
Okay.
And she came in, it was her first pinup pageant, and we rallied around her, and darn if she didn't win it, which is impressive. It is not easy to go up there. And to get up there and to win your first pageant, I mean,
I think I saw that on the Instagram, and if I remember right, she looked good.
Oh, she was fantastic.
Yeah, she looked good.
I'm very much a devil in the details person.
Yeah.
I come from a cosplayer background too, so it's like when you get that perfect combination of just that adorable watermelon dress, the adorable watermelon fascinator, and the silver ant pin with her picnic basket, I was just like,
she knew what she was doing. She did.
Get it.
Yeah.
You get it. I was very proud to be the first runner-up with her because she deserved that win. 100%.
Yes, she did. She looked very cute. I did see that on the Instagram, and I was like, she fit Summer perfectly. That was great.
And now she's one of us because she put in her interest form. We got to know her a little bit. She's fantastic. She's just an amazing human being.
No, that's great. So that's cool. So anybody anybody that, you know, has a good attitude and wants to give back to the community, this is definitely something that they should look into. So that's very cool. Now you did mention the Rockabilities. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, Rockabilities kind of ties into a sort of much larger personal passion of mine. I am myself a disabled pinup.
Okay.
90% of my disabilities are what they would qualify as invisible disabilities, but there was a good long time last year that because of a couple of those, I had been seen at a few pageants on my cane. Okay. And frankly, my cane is very cool looking.
I was going to say, but I'm sure you made it fantastic.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I somehow walked into Walmart and walked away with the very fanciest looking of canes, and I'm very happy about that. But I acknowledge that, you know, I'm trying to carry on a little bit of Flamingo Florence's legacy with that, because my Florence had to have a hemipelvectomy, one of her legs removed from the hip down, due to a very rare form of cancer. And instead of letting it get her down, she came into the pinup scene and called herself Flamingo Florence because she was standing on one leg.
But I love that.
She went as a saguaro cactus for Halloween one year.
Oh my God, that's great though. But she had a good sense of humor about it. She didn't let it, she owned it.
Oh yeah, she owned it, and she also used it as a, hey, come sit with me if you feel afraid or nervous because you're a disabled pinup. Oh. You know, come find your power, come find your voice. And I always admired her for that. And she was one of the first people in the pinup scene back when I lived in LA and we competed together. She was actually there with me when I won my first pinup title ever. And this woman would open her door, welcome anybody in, give everybody a chance. She'd go, you know, she wouldn't give a drunk a drink, but she'd give him the shirt off her back.
Well, yeah.
That attitude and that crusade, it resonated with me. And I feel like it is part of my job to continue making spaces where disabled pinups can feel comfortable. It breaks my heart every time I hear somebody say, I am afraid to get into pinup because I'm afraid to go up there with my cane, or I feel out of place in this event because I'm in a power scooter, or hey, I'm worried because I can't wear high heels for a long time because I'm going to be recovering for 3 days. It's like, you know what? Just show up.
Yeah.
Show up the way that you're comfortable, because nobody has the right to tell you that you can't be a pinup because you have something wrong with you. As someone who has struggled with literally we're talking a duffel bag full of different kinds of disabilities.
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I just got finished having surgery to hopefully finally correct one of my rarer disabilities.
Yeah.
It can be rough. I mean, at the end of Sizzling Summer, I was almost passing out because I was about a week away from winding up in the ER with complications from one of these. And I see them. I hear them. I love them. I want to make sure that every space that I'm in is a space that other people like me, other people who have disabilities not like mine. I want everybody to be able to walk up on that stage or go into that event and not have to worry about, well, can I get up there? Can I get in through the door? I mean, is everyone going to stare at me? It's like, no, you're with me.
Yeah.
You're with us. You know, there are so many of us out there, and we're just waiting to meet you. And we're waiting to help you make sure that you can have the experience you deserve.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's little things from just making sure that there's a clear path to the stage, making sure that there isn't anything that somebody who might be a cane can trip on.
Yeah.
Or just making sure that they know that, hey, if you need help, come up to us. We'll help you get up there.
Yeah.
We'll carry you on our shoulders up there.
And I think that's great. I think it's absolutely great that not only you see it, but you act on it. Because a lot of people see it and then they're like, oh, that's somebody else's problem. No, that's your problem. You see it. And so
if we're calling ourselves a community, if we're calling ourselves a pinup community, every problem is everyone's problem.
Yeah.
Every solution is everyone's solution. And we have a duty, if we're going to be a part of this world, to try to keep making that world a better place and allow for people to exist in it and not have to change themselves to make other people feel comfortable. We're all beautiful no matter what.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing that you are taking that step to make people comfortable. Especially, I know that a lot of times, like, it is scary to have a disability, and to, you know, even just to go outside sometimes can be very scary. But then to do something way outside of your comfort zone, that's like terrifying. But to have someone saying, hey, no, it's okay, it's still terrifying, but it makes it just a little bit less terrifying. You know what I mean? And so that's really great that you are helping people in that, even if you're just that cheerleader, or you're just making sure that they are okay, or that they do have that path, like you said. And so I think that's awesome that you are carrying on that legacy. So that's really cool.
Yeah, life's too short to be cruel, and life's too short to bully people for stuff that's out of their control. We're here to make a positive difference. You know, we're here to carry on and leave our own legacies, because at the end of the day, you know, we're the ones who have to sit with what we do on our final days. And I'd rather sit with knowing that I at least made the effort with an amazing group of women to just make even one person's day just a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you just made somebody comfortable, I think that's really great. I think it's amazing. Now, you said that the Rockabilities do meet in Las Vegas?
The Rockabilities meetup was founded by Florence, I believe, 3 years ago.
Okay.
For the Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekender that, thanks to me placing as the Golden Flamingo and Royal of Rockabilities as top fundraiser, I have a free ticket to go to it. So now I actually get to go, and I actually get to be a part of the Rockabilities meetup.
Aww.
And get to be in a room full of people who have struggles similar to mine, who have stories I can learn from, who I can share with. It's a very amazing group. Right now it's being led by the esteemed Millie Rose Mitchell, who is one of the most amazing women of pinup. That woman has raised, I think, over $160,000 for charity. She's military, and that woman can walk into any room and the sunshine comes in.
Awesome.
And an old friend of mine from the LA pinup scene, Bomber Betty, who is just 100% giving back to the vets in California, giving back to her community. I know they're also bringing Rockabilities to Tiki Oasis at the end of the month. It's a big tiki gathering that happens in San Diego. Okay. And they're calling it Tiki-Bilities.
Aww.
But it's that idea of, yes, I finally get to go see this. I get to sit with the people that I met through that. The people that I met through Royals are incredible. The people who share the Rockability sport with me, because I also won second runner-up, are some of the most amazing human beings I've ever met. Again, go do a pageant. You may not win, but you're going to walk away with 10 best friends. Trust me on that one.
No, that's great. That's awesome. I'm glad that you get to do that. Now, so we only have a couple minutes left, but I do want to talk about something else you mentioned. You mentioned Sharpe Florals. Tell me about your floral business.
Well, my flower business was born out of, I'm a crafter, and I also am autistic, and will start getting a vision of an outfit that I'm having. And if I can't meet that vision perfectly, it kind of makes me twitch a little bit. But I can turn that hyper focus onto originally just making hair pieces for my own outfits for pageants.
Okay.
And anytime you've seen me in a pageant, you see me wearing hair flowers, I made those.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And after I won Miss Springfest back in February, and after Florida Ma'am, I had some people start asking me, like, hey, can you make me a flower? And I'm like, yeah, I'll make you a flower.
Wow.
And I kind of sat there, and I turned to my husband and my partner, and I said, should I just do a flower business? And they're like, do a flower business. So a couple months later, my living room looks like a florist sneezed on it.
Okay.
And I am now making custom hair pieces. I make pieces to sponsor different pageants around the area. I make hair pieces to help raise money for all of our charities with pinups and pumps. And I've actually been doing a special line this month.
Okay.
I used to be a goth girl. I still am a goth girl. You're never not a goth girl. You
right.
Kind of move
It's
into like gothabilly.
Right. It doesn't go away. You just kind of shift.
So finally I kind of gave in, and I was thinking, all right, I'm going to start doing some more goth stuff.
Yeah.
And while I was in the hospital for a week and a half, I came up with an idea for a line called Glory Macabre.
Oh, okay.
And, I was a writer for a long time, and I'm like, this needs to tell a story. So I decided this line is going to be a tribute to all of the Victorian mental illness terminology that people used on women to get them locked away, so that if they were a willful woman or an independent woman or a woman who just didn't want to get married and have 10 babies, their family and their husbands could just get them locked away.
Yeah, if you just looked at somebody wrong, you were locked up. Oh my God. Oh, that is great, Pepper. I cannot wait to see this.
Well, I've actually released the first 3 of the line. They're all on hold because there are people who, like, the minute they come out, buy them.
Yeah.
But anything you see from that line, I have offered to remake custom versions because, like it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
I didn't realize originally when I launched this that it happened to be that, but it's very fitting. Mm-hmm. And I'm very vocal about the fact that I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I have an anxiety disorder. Mm-hmm. There is no shame in that.
No.
And I want people to be able to, when they order the custom pieces for Glory Macabre Asylum, this is like the first chapter in a however many long chapters that Glory Macabre will be. 6 flowers per chapter. Okay. Each one's a different theme.
Awesome.
I want people to be able to tell their story in the custom piece. And I've had a few people order custom versions of these flowers with like their favorite color in it or something that reminds them of their journey. I've released Melancholia, I've released Mania, and I've released Hysteria.
I love it.
The next one up is going to be Dementia, which I'm taking a little bit of time with because it's a little personal. My grandmother had dementia shortly before she died.
Okay.
And parts of it are based a little bit on some of the things she would say she was experiencing, and it's also based on a lot of the things that were misdiagnosed back in Victorian times as dementia, such as epilepsy.
Yes.
So the next 3 will be Dementia, Nymphomania, and Willfulness. Which that's the final one because that one is I'm just going to kind of go off the rails with that one.
I love it. I cannot wait to see it. Yes, I cannot wait to see that one.
Those are all up on Sharpe Florals. That's my Instagram, SHRPE Florals, because brain tired and can only spell so much before brain breaks.
Understand completely.
But you can go on there. You can see any of my offerings with the exception of Glory Macabre. Anything you see on there is available. Mm-hmm. during my fundraisers, during any Pinups and Pumps fundraisers, there will be one on there in particular that if you buy it, 100% of the proceeds go to our fundraiser each month. That's the little thing that I can keep doing for all of my sisters to help them support their charities, because they more than supported mine when I've worked on mine.
Well,
but
cool.
Glory Macabre, just watch this space. I've got a few great chapters planned. I'm going to be out vending July 20th, I'll be vending in Oviedo. There's a small gathering at a tattoo studio. I'll be posting details for that on my page.
Okay.
August 3rd, I'm vending at Horror Harvest, which I will also post for that. I'm putting out a new chapter of Glory Macabre just for them.
Ooh, okay.
And also my Freaky Tiki line. And it just keeps going.
Okay.
I'm surprised that this took off so much, but hey, if it's there and people like what I'm doing, I will keep doing it.
No, I can't wait to see more. We only have about a minute or two left, Pepper. Is there anything else you want to add?
The main thing I always kind of like to end with is, if you want to be part of the pinup community, or if you are part of the pinup community, you know, always be mindful of the fact that it is something bigger than just you. Mm-hmm. Come in positive, but if you're having a bad day, there's no shame in reaching out and telling someone, hey, I'm not doing too good, or asking for help. Because the people in the community really are there for everyone.
Yeah.
And if someone in this community is saying they're not there for everyone, they're not really part of the community. But be aware, we are a group of, you know, wild and crazy vintage women. We have more in common with, you know, anyone coming into the scene that they could ever realize. And if you want to be a part of it, message me. I'll tell you the cool stuff that's coming up. Reach out to anyone. I mean, everybody who is interested in the community makes up part of that community, because if it wasn't for the people coming to these events, giving their support, you know, supporting our small businesses, supporting our pageants, without you guys, we're nothing. So you're always welcome. You can sit with us. That's it. Just, you can sit with us. You know, we always got a place for you. So if you've ever thought about being a pinup, I'll tell you the same thing I told Melina Michelle. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to have name brands. Just do it. Make yourself happy.
No, that's great. That's great advice. And I really, really appreciate you being on today, Pepper. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful, and you rock.
All right. Well, honey, and everybody check out Pepper on Instagram and look for her florals. And Pepper, I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Same to you. You take care and be safe.
All right. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Hey, guys. I hope you enjoyed that chat with Pepper. I really enjoyed talking to them. I hope you've enjoyed learning about Pinups and Pumps Florida, the Rockabilities, and Sharpe Florals. If you're interested, definitely check out their Instagram. It is really cool to follow them and the pinups. If you are interested in pinups, this is definitely a way to get into it. It kind of makes me want to try pinups one time. Maybe one day. Maybe, Pepper, maybe. But thank you guys for listening this week. Hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget to drink your water, wear your sunscreen, stay hydrated, be nice to one another. And as always, guys, that's your daily dose of sunshine.
This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.